Welcome to the Bully Cave. Prepare for the truth.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Say, what think ye, if the punishment of Allah come upon you suddenly or openly, will any be destroyed save the wrongdoing people? And we send not the messengers, but as bearers of glad tidings and warners. So those who believe and reform themselves, on them shall come no fear, nor shall they grieve. And those who reject our signs, punishment will touch them because they disobeyed. Say, do I not say to you, I possess the treasures of Allah, nor do I know the unseen, nor do I say to you, I am an angel. I follow only that which is revealed to me. Say, can a blind man and one who sees be alike? Will you not then reflect? Alhamdulillah for the gift of Islam. Now, this is a video of a man who is in pure disconnect of reality. We have Orthodox Muslim. This video is being hosted by Sneako. This man's name is Richard Spencer. I don't know if you heard of him. I just recently heard of him because of this video that Sneako has put out. He is talking about the hijab, how he does not support it and he does not like it, but he supports his wife and other women to walk outside barely dressed and showing cleavage. He's making absolutely no sense, and he's making a complete and total fool of himself. And at the end of this video, I'm going to explain why women should wear hijabs. And I am going to completely dismantle his distorted logic of how women should present themselves to society. And he also is in pure disconnect on how God exists, why he exists, and if he's even real or not. I don't think this man believes in God. He presents himself as an atheist. Well, he actually supports Greek mythology, kind of saying it without saying it. I was kind of confused on what he was actually trying to say, but what he was actually saying is he believes in Greek mythology, Zeus, and figures like Hercules and Athena, Apollo. He believes in this stuff. He thinks that the Abrahamic faith is a failure, and he does not believe in none of it. He definitely does not believe in Islam or any other religion. But we know, true believers, that Islam is the truth. But let's get into the video. I'm not going to draw this intro out. I hope you enjoyed the video. It is very interesting. I enjoyed it. Wait till you see it.
Period.
So you
and
agree?
We started to pull ourselves out of it when we were rediscovering the ancients.
One sec, Richard.
Yes.
Do you agree? While Muslims were engaging in Aristotelian and Platonic philosophy and in medicine and in all kinds of sciences and building empires and schools and universities and hospitals, Europeans were not bathing for years on, living in mud houses.
It's very good stuff. I mean, you were the Islamic golden age was a way of continuing the culture of the Greeks in a new form. And I think there's
sounds like
a lot to admire in Islam.
So it sounds like
but I'm
hypothetical ethno country full of white people needs Islam, brother. That's what you need.
I wouldn't use, I don't think we're living in a Muslim golden age now. And I feel like that darkness of superstition that Europeans descended into after the fall of Rome, at least in the West, that is what Muslim people have descended to as
Richard,
well.
What I'm asking is,
so I don't think real quick, just to put a cherry on top, I don't think the answer to all of this is more Abrahamic religion. I mean, I just, we were truly Christian. We were 100% Christian at a point, at least after 1000 AD. And these are not times of greatness and enlightenment. We started to rediscover paganism and we became great again. And again, faith starts to fall off. Christianity starts to split. I mean, I do think that the Renaissance and the Enlightenment was a way of breaking the chains of Abrahamism for the white race.
Look, Richard, when I say, why doesn't your hypothetical white ethno-state be Muslim, I'm not necessarily asking why aren't they Muslim, as in Islam being true, as it relates or as it corresponds to reality. I'm asking, what is your issue with your hypothetical white ethno-state being pragmatic Muslims? Muslims that practice the law and the civil moral code of the Quran and the Sunnah.
If you are a practicing Muslim, you could exist within my hypothetical ethno-state.
No, I'm saying, why can't the white people be fully? Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Yeah.
Because I don't think we will have a great empire without rediscovering Apolloism and Roman Olympian worship. Now, am I a bigot who would want to prevent Muslims from engaging in their religion? No. But it would be subordinated. Roman religion has a way of hierarchy and subordination that was actually quite successful, although it failed with Yahweh. New gods can enter the pantheon. They can be secondary so long as it is Jupiterian or Apollonian in this sense. Now, the problem with monotheist is that you believe there is only one and that is the only way. And so there's a sort of intolerance within the monotheistic mind that is not present actually in the pagan mind, where you can understand other and confront other deities as expressions of peoples, that is ethnicities, as states, as ways of life, etc.
So, Richard, what I'm asking is, forget about monotheism for a second, because that's to do with the theological aspect. Would you have a problem with your hypothetical white ethno-state practicing Sharia law?
That should not be the public faith, and that won't be the state religion.
What's the problem you have with Sharia law?
It's not so much the actual law. I'm sure there's plenty in Sharia law that would coincide with English common law. I don't want to get into these kinds of things.
Well, you just said you don't prefer a lot of. You just said you don't prefer it. I want to know why.
We need to exit the Abrahamic matrix in order to establish this world order.
But this has nothing to do with being Abrahamic. This is just to do with the laws.
Islam is.
No.
In terms of Sharia law, I don't like what I see when I see Sharia law. I don't like
what?
The burqa.
That's what I'm asking. Like what?
I don't like the hijab. Yeah.
The what?
I don't like the hijab. I don't like it.
Okay, good. Okay, so now that's what I want you to say.
But that being said, I'll finish really quick. That being said, I don't know enough about Sharia law, and I'm sure there's plenty of Sharia law that I would find totally reasonable. But I would just say, in terms of its most ostentatious effects, I don't like it.
Okay, so you don't like it when your wife covers up. You like when men look at her?
Yes.
You want men to look at your wife?
There's a difference between men looking at your wife and men doing other things with your wife.
No, I said look.
I want to go back to an ancient world where we're just wearing togas and sandals, and you're just seeing cleavage and long legs. I just want to confirm. I do want to live like that. Yeah, I'm a more sensual person.
So you want me to look at your wife's cleavage?
You can look at my wife's cleavage, so long as you're not doing some other things, brother. You understand? I mean, look, if that's not
brother. I don't know what is. Brother, that is pure
It's not.
He actually said that they started to rediscover paganism and they became great again. Wow. Disconnected at its finest. I mean, I have no other words for this. He is completely disconnected from reality. He does not believe in God. There's even parts of this video where he says he doesn't believe that Jesus, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, exists. He doesn't believe that he exists. But he believes in Apollo. He believes in Zeus, Hercules. He believes in false gods. He's a pagan, idol worshiper, something that all the prophets were against. And they had the same message, to stay away from this at any cost. This is absurd. I mean, and then the hijab. So you would rather your woman to walk out the house barely clothed, your children, other people's children, other people's wives, so man can gawk at them? Do you know how disturbing that is? Do you understand that that's the state that this world is in right now? And it's the reason why the world is failing. The world is going downhill, my friend. The world is in complete and utter chaos because of these ideas that you share amongst each other. You come down on Muslim women for wearing a hijab, and you say that the Muslim man forces them. This is what you people say. He didn't actually say that himself, but this is what people actually say. They say that we are basically suppressing the women. The woman herself wants to be covered. They're protecting their modesty. Once the woman wears her hijab, she's less noticeable. What real man wants his woman, his wife, to walk outside barely dressed so men can stare at them? We have something in us called desire. That's the weapon of the shaitan. You remember the prophet Yahya when he met shaitan and he asked shaitan, what are those hooks you carry? And shaitan said, these are called desire, and I use them to hunt the sons of Adam. Desire is just a tool for the shaitan. You want your woman to be exposed, your daughters to be exposed, and this is what they push on us. They slander the Muslims, the women, and disrespect them and come down on them for wanting to protect their modesty. It doesn't matter how you try to twist it, brother. You can't make sense out of something that does not make sense. You are a man. I am a man. I've fallen into sin plenty of times. And if you're a man like me and a Muslim like me, desire has overcome you too, once or twice, or 3 or 4 times, or 10 times, or 20 times, or however many times it has happened to you in your life. And if you're a true believer, you fight against it. But sometimes it just happens. I'm not perfect. I'm not scared to admit it. I've watched things that I shouldn't have watched. I've done things that I shouldn't have done in my life. Everybody has sins. But the protection of Allah comes to those who remembers him frequently. You don't think that Allah exists. You don't think that God exists. And you're talking about that Abraham, we need to abandon the Abrahamic faith. What is wrong with this man? This is crazy, to say the least. And then this white supremacy thing he's got going on. He's talking about this Greek mythology, and bro, he's just disconnected all the way around the border. Feel sorry for him. May Allah guide this man, and maybe he won't. Maybe he's too far gone. But nobody is too far gone. Well, Shaitan is. He's too far gone. He can save himself too, but he's too arrogant. And there's a lot of people in human form that are shaitans. They're devils. This man needs to be contained. He should not. I mean, it's freedom of speech. I don't want to be contained. But the truth is always contained. Most definitely. But we're about to reach the end of this video. But before we go, I just want to say this. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. And warn thereby those who fear that they shall be gathered to their Lord, that they shall have no friend nor intercessor beside him, so that they may become righteous. There is no intercessor besides your Lord. You're all going to be gathered. We are all going to be gathered together on the day of judgment. There's nothing you can do. You can't escape it. Zeus is not going to save you. Apollo is not going to save you. The stars, the moon, they're not going to save you from Allah. You're not going to be saved from Judgment Day. You're not going to be saved from any of it. So you're trying to escape the inevitable. And your views, those are extreme, brother. You need to be realigned. Something is terribly wrong with you. And anybody that agrees with his logic, something's wrong with you too. But that's the end of this video. You watching Bully Av TV. I'm Zantar from the Opposite Bullies. I'm your host. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace, the mercy, and the blessings of Allah be upon all the true believers. And I'm aborting this mission.